13 years. It was just 13 years ago, I think, with the Justice Department. This matters because I remember making the case that he was involved with Acorn, and his campaign came out and smeared anyone who said, no, that's not true. We were called the liars. Now the question is, does it matter? Now that we know, how do people sleep at night? Now, let me ask you this question. How does the media sleep at night? Here's the President of the United States, after smearing everybody that said he was been involved with Acorn for a long time, and him coming out and saying, no, it was 13 years ago. Claiming he has nothing to do with a scandal-ridden organization. Do you remember when he was with George Stephanopoulos just recently, and he said, I don't know anything. You don't know anything, and yet, who are you lying to? Are you lying to us, or are you lying to Acorn when you say, you don't even have to call us, I will call you? Now, this is a story that not only he's lying, but you don't have to go and try to find a way to make this a story. Today, Acorn is in the news for dissolving nationally. The media has to go out of their way to avoid these stories, but of course, they do. Why are they silent? How do they sleep at night? Now the question is, so what do we do about it? Well, we have to stop telling the lies to ourselves. These are the harsh lies. They're hard. Okay, these are hard because we have to say, oh, no, we can continue to spend this money. No, we can't. No, we can't. Oh, he'll be different. He'll be different when he gets into office. No, that's upside down. You judge someone by their past record, by their actions, and by the people they surround themselves with. You don't just listen to the campaign ad. Character does matter. It's upside down. Now, this one is tougher to stop. I mean, if you look at some of the crazy things that people believe, I mean, it's nuts. If you believe, I mean, some people actually believe that George Bush had some sort of evil audacity and competence combination where he had the ability to blow up the World Trade Center and the Pentagon and then be able to cover their tracks. I thought he was incompetent. I mean, how do you get people to believe stuff like that? Things like put George Bush into a frogman suit because he was planting the bombs on the levees in New Orleans. People believe that this was staged in a studio lot in Hollywood, California. Or that the government is setting up a concentration camp and buying thousands of coffins outside of How do you get people to buy this? Well, you get people like this to look you right straight in the eye and say, no. What? You kidding me? How many times has this happened in America in our recent history?
Because people have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook.
Read my lips.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
If you look at the peer-reviewed scientific literature, the debate is over.
All the way into global warming, the most powerful people on the planet, looking you right in the eyes and deceiving you. Some of those intentional, some of them maybe not. People begin to wonder, if you can look me in the eye and you can lie to me like that, what else are you capable of? We know they're capable of continuing the charade on global warming, even though the consensus is currently imploding. There is no consensus. The scientists themselves are saying that. The science is bogus. It is falling apart. The newspapers overseas are printing it everywhere. India is pulling out, but us? No. We're still having our politicians tell us that we're not going to be able to leave a planet for our kids if we don't act now on cap and trade. Spain is already proving that green jobs don't work. You lose 2 jobs for every 1 job that you create. And yet, people like Van Jones, a guy who does believe in some of this stuff, he's here to tell you, oh yeah, no, it does work. They're willing to bankrupt the entire world for a lie. If they're capable of doing that, what else are they capable of? Do you see? Do you see how dangerous each and every lie becomes? It's not just about his lie or her lie or his or his. It's about all of them. Because because it makes this easier to believe. That's why we have to restore. Our number one job is to restore honor and truth in Washington. But it doesn't start here. These are the tough ones to fix. It's got to start here. We can't expect them to live a different life than we do. If we don't start telling the truth in our own lives, we're never going to get them to tell the truth to us. It seems like a simple thing, but it's not. Are you ready to see the truth on the economy? Are you ready to see the truth on where we're headed? Are you ready to see the truth on the people that are in Congress and the administration? It's the hard questions that we're asked every day. Come on, really? When a woman says, does this dress make me look fat? You see what I'm saying? What are you going to say? I usually say, by the way, well, I don't usually. I've said it once to my wife, and I said, no, you're fat makes you look fat. That doesn't. The founders made it look easy. George Washington, Honest Abe. YouTube wouldn't have scared these guys because they said what they meant and meant what they said. They were men of honor. They had to be. There's no way anybody's going to risk their life, their fortune, or their sacred honor to follow a liar. It would have never worked. Restoring honor. Somewhere along the way, we've lost that. Our honor fizzled somewhere or another. The lies began to pile up. The nickname Honest doesn't really apply in D.C. anymore. Honest Nancy. Honest Barack. You can see it in the polls. 80% think Congress is making decisions based on special interests or self-interest. 86% think the government is broken. They have lost the trust. You know, when I was a kid, there was one thing that my father taught me. I mean, he preached this to us all the time. You could get away with just about anything in our house except for lying. You never wanted to lie to my father or lie in my house. My dad worked hard at the bakery that I grew up in all the time. Do we have the photo? That's my dad making a birthday cake in our bakery. Well, he worked from dawn till dusk. I don't think I ever really saw, except for Sunday, I don't even think I saw my father out in the daylight. He was like a vampire. He was always inside, and then daylight, it was shocking. So I'll never forget the day when my sister decided to play hooky. Now, she had apparently been playing hooky for about a week or so, and the school called my dad at the bakery. He wasn't too pleased that he had to go find my sister. We never saw him in the light of day, and I remember it vividly. I don't even remember how old I was, but I was small, and we were at home, and my father came in and we said, Dad. And he said, where's your older sister? We were surprised. We said, I don't know. He picked us up and he said, come on, let's get into the car. So we went into the car and we sat in back of this big old maroon Mercury that my dad had bought as a used car. We got in the car and we started to get the speech that my dad always told us, which was, you got to tell the truth in this family. And he made us both sit in the back seat. At this point, we knew things were about to go really downhill. My sister is finally seen up at the top of this hill, and she stops. When she sees our maroon Mercury coming up, she just stops. And then she's casual. My dad stopped the car, opened it up, and she said, hey, Dad, what's up? And he said, nothing. How was school? Just thought I'd pick you up. She made a choice. She said, it was good. He said, really? What'd you do today? Oh, you know, some stuff. Did you have a test? Yeah. How'd you do? Pretty good. She lied to my father all the way home, and he kept letting her dig the hole deeper. I think I only got 3 spankings in my life. My sisters never got any. Well, I should change that. My older sister, the one who played hooky, I remember she got 1. And it was the day the belt made an appearance. It was that day. My father always said, don't ever lie to each other. Don't ever lie. Because if you lie, we can't fix or solve anything. We can't lose trust. He was right. The first step we have to take is stop lying to ourselves. Scott Brown is not fiscally conservative. He may be better than the other person, but he's not a fiscal conservative. He's from Massachusetts. President Obama really did mean he was going to redistribute the wealth when he talked to Joe the plumber. And does this dress make me look fat? No, honey. You look beautiful to me all the time. Back in a minute.